Hello, guys. Welcome to round eight. Welcome to round eight of the FIDE Olympiads Budapest 2024. And this time around, we are going to be looking at a game between Jordan Van Forest and Nikolozi Kasharava. This game is a classic example of how chess is unforgiving. You see where someone winning a game from a completely winning position to a completely lost position. Jordan Van Forest so far has lost no games in this Olympiad. I think he was even going to have a medal. He was shooting for a medal based on his individual performance. And Nikolozi, on the other hand, has actually lost just one game. Jordan has drawn two games. He has won all his games, made two draws, and both of them were entering this game, I guess, hopeful. Jordan to maintain his performance, and Nikolozi, of course, to not lose a second game once again. So Jordan for the Netherlands, Nikolozi for Georgia here, and Jordan opens with d4. Nikolozi replies d5, c4, d takes c4. So we have the Queen's Gambit accepted on the board here. I have not seen a lot of Queen's Gambit accepted in these Olympiads. I don't know if maybe they are playing them on other boards, but on all the major boards I've been looking at, I have not seen anybody try to play the Queen's Gambit accepted. Jordan plays this, and we have all the regular moves. He recaptures the pawn here and castles. All of these are known moves, standard theoretical book moves that they are following. A6, rook e1. Kasharava or Nikolozi develops the knight. Jordan develops his knight, develops the bishop. Jordan retreats his bishop to this square. He castles, Jordan takes, he captures, and Jordan goes a3. Now, up to this point on move 11 here, all these moves has been seen before. There's a game in the two games in the database, one where d6 was played, one where e7 was played. All of these are moves. A5 kind of is a move because you kind of prevent b4 as well. But in this position, Nikolozi decides to play b6, and it is now at move 11 that we have a completely new game. And b6 is an inaccuracy. It's not a very good move. It gives white a sustainable advantage, and Jordan, of course, plays correctly. He goes b4, kicking the bishop out, and he develops his bishop. So he has managed to continue development with tempo here, which gives him an edge, kind of. He moves his queen out of the way. The players continue to play basically normal moves. All of these moves are moves you expect to see. Nothing strange, nothing out of the ordinary. Somehow I feel like if this was even a blitz game or a rapid game, they would probably still play like this. Nikolozi moves his knight, another inaccuracy there. And Jordan goes g3 here, basically preventing the knight from coming to f4, from where he's going to either capture the queen or the bishop. In fact, it's going to just be a complete winning of the game. Nikolozi does the same thing. He also goes g6. Jordan lifts his queen. It would be nice. Look at these bishops. Nikolozi plays f6 here. Now, when you look at this, you notice that f6, it looks like it's just a move, but it's actually a mistake here because you're weakening the squares around the king. The black king is not very safe. He's not feeling very safe here. The white king already also has these light square problems, but he still has his light square bishop. He still has the queen. There are a lot of pieces on the board. So for now, Jordan's king is much safer. This knight is just out to the corner. Maybe he's going to try to enter the game through g7 here. We'll see. Jordan retreats his bishop and places the bishop on a better diagonal. Look at these bishops. Jordan is completely winning here. It's already a +1 advantage for him. 1 point something, 1.2, 1.3. Nikolozi moves his queen to this square. And in this position, Jordan Van Forest okay, first of all, he took his knight back, knight back, knight back, and Jordan Van Forest blunders the game away. Up to this point, Jordan is completely winning. Up to move 20 here, Jordan is completely winning. He just needs to be patient, bring his rooks into the game. Rook AC1, for example, is a move. Knight F4 gets the knight into a better position, centralize the knights. A lot of things to do here. But for some reason, he decides to go for the immediate e5. E5 is a blunder. And with this single move, this simple e5, Jordan Van Forest blunders the game away. Can you find the tactical blunder here? Of course, very simple. Nikolozi takes, Jordan captures with the knight. Now, if he at least captured, well, he didn't even need to capture. He could have ignored everything in this position. Just ignore everything in this position, accept that you have made an error, and play rook d1. If he did this, he would still at least survive a little bit. But he recaptures with the knight. And of course, Nikolozi recaptures, bishop takes, and in this position, Nikolodin hits Jordan van Forest with rook f3. Great move. This is the move you have in the thumbnail. Rook f3, it slices out. There's nothing you can do. You are completely losing this game. How do you play? How do you defend the bishop? If you take here, I take, nothing has changed. Nothing, right? If you go there, no problem. I just move my queen, put my queen on this diagonal. And next I'm going to take the bishop. Next I'm going to go rook, g3 check, and follow that by checkmate. So there's almost nothing you can do to save this position. He tries though. He played his queen here, saying, okay, if you take the bishop, I'll take your bishop, right? But of course, his opponent is not going to blunder. He captures the bishop first. He takes the bishop, and then he collects the bishop on b3, and he's just down a clean piece. Now, when you look at grandmaster games, you know that if you're down a piece, you are just lost, right? Very rarely are you going to be down a piece for nothing. There's no compensation here at all. There's nothing here at all as far as compensation is concerned. He tried to play a few moves, but there was really nothing to be done here. They traded, and Nikolozi brings back this rook. Jordan van Forest moved his queen to c5. Nikolozi retreated his queen to f8 here, and Jordan van Forest resigns the game. He goes from a completely winning position to a completely lost position because of one simple mistake. Chess is hard. I'll see you guys in the next one.